Now we'll see what is meant by gram equivalent mass. It is the equivalent mass that is expressed in grams. For example, to take hydrogen, the equivalent mass is 1 and gram equivalent mass becomes 1 gram. Okay. Similarly, for chlorine, the equivalent mass is 35.5 and gram equivalent mass is 35.5 grams. Equivalent mass has no units, remember? Okay. So gram equivalent mass is nothing but equivalent mass that is expressed in grams. Okay. Similarly, for oxygen, it is 8 and gram equivalent mass is 8 gram. And for sodium, equivalent mass is 23 and gram equivalent mass is 23 gram. Okay. So now how do you define gram equivalent mass? Gram equivalent mass is nothing but the amount of substance that combines with 1 mole of atoms of hydrogen. Gram equivalent mass is the amount of substance which combines with 1 mole of atoms of hydrogen. And we know 1 mole of atoms of hydrogen weigh 1 grams. Okay, so that means the amount of substance that combines with 1 gram of hydrogen is called gram equivalent mass of the substance. For example, if you take 1 mole of methane, okay, what is the molar mass? 12 gram of carbon and 4 gram of hydrogen combined together to form 16 gram of methane, that is equal to 1 mole of methane. Okay, so from this 12 gram carbon combines with 4 gram of hydrogen, or 12 by 4 gram of carbon combined with 1 gram hydrogen, right? So this is the amount of carbon that is combining with 1 gram of hydrogen. Now this becomes gram equivalent mass of carbon. So gram equivalent mass of carbon is equal to 3 gram, right? So this is gram equivalent mass. Now I'll give another example, that is ammonia. Take 1 mole of ammonia. It is formed by the combination of 14 gram of nitrogen and 3 gram of hydrogen. Okay, so the molar mass now equal to 17 gram. Okay, so that is equal to 1 mole of ammonia. Okay, so from this 14 gram of nitrogen are combining with 3 gram of hydrogen, or 14 by 3 gram of nitrogen are combining with 1 gram of hydrogen, right? So now by definition this is the amount of nitrogen combining with 1 gram of hydrogen. Okay, so now gram equivalent mass of nitrogen is equal to 14 by 3, right? Okay, so this is gram equivalent mass of nitrogen, and 1 mole of water contains 2 gram of hydrogen, 16 gram of oxygen. Now 2 gram of hydrogen combined with 16 gram of oxygen, or 1 gram of hydrogen combined with 8 gram of oxygen. So by definition this is the amount combining with 1 gram of hydrogen. So now equivalent mass of oxygen, or gram equivalent mass of oxygen is equal to 8 gram, right? Now we'll see the calculation of number of equivalents, and before going to the calculation we'll understand what is meant by one equivalent. One equivalent of a substance is the amount of substance having mass equal to gram equivalent mass. The amount of substance having mass equal to gram equivalent mass. For example, if you consider hydrogen, what is the gram equivalent mass of hydrogen? Gram equivalent mass of hydrogen is 1 gram, and 1 gram of hydrogen now equal to 1 equivalent. Okay. Similarly, we take oxygen, gram equivalent mass is 8 gram, and 8 gram of oxygen will be equal to 1 equivalent. Chlorine, gram equivalent mass is 35.5 gram, and that amount is equal to 1 equivalent of chlorine. Okay. For sodium, it is equal to 23 gram. So now 23 gram of sodium is equal to 1 equivalent. So equivalent is the amount of substance, okay, equal to gram equivalent mass. The amount of substance having mass equal to gram equivalent mass is known as 1 equivalent. Okay. So for different elements like hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine and sodium, okay, amount of substance varies. Okay, one equivalent has different amounts of substance. Here we'll see the calculation of number of equivalents from the given mass. 1 gram is equal to 1 equivalent, 10 grams will be equal to 10 equivalents in case of hydrogen. Okay. Similarly, if you take sodium, 23 grams of sodium is equal to 1 equivalent. Okay. Suppose 2.3 grams of sodium are there, then number of equivalents, let us say Me. Okay, now number of equivalents is equal to what? This by this. Okay, 23 grams is equal to 1 equivalent. 2.3 grams of sodium will be equal to how many equivalents now? Okay, so that will be equal to, okay, this will cancel 10 times here, 1 by 10. Okay, 1 by 10 equivalents or 0.1 equivalents. So number of equivalents is equal to given mass divided by gram equivalent mass. Okay, number of equivalents is equal to 10 grams given here. We are dividing that with equivalent mass of hydrogen, that is 1 gram, right? The gram equivalent mass of hydrogen is 1 gram. Okay, it gives 10 equivalents. So similarly, here the mass given is 2.3 grams. Okay, so we are dividing this with 23 grams. Okay, that is equivalent mass of sodium. So number of equivalents is equal to given mass divided by equivalent mass or gram equivalent mass. Okay. So how do we calculate number of equivalents now? Given mass, let us say W divided by gram equivalent mass. Okay. This is the formula to calculate number of equivalents. Now we will see the relationship between number of moles and number of equivalents. Number of moles is given by N is equal to mass by gram molar mass, right? And number of equivalents is given by Ne is equal to mass by gram equivalent mass. Okay, mass by gram molar mass gives number of moles, mass by gram equivalent mass gives number of equivalents. Okay, now mass is equal to what? Number of moles into gram molar mass. Okay, so this is equation 1, and similarly here mass is equal to number of equivalents into gram equivalent mass. Okay, so let us say this is equation 2. So now we can equalize these two terms. Okay, so number of moles into gram molar mass is equal to number of equivalents into gram equivalent mass. Okay, now number of equivalents is equal to number of moles into gram molar mass divided by gram equivalent mass. Okay, now this ratio of gram molar mass to gram equivalent mass is equal to valence vector, right? Earlier we calculated equivalent mass by dividing molecular mass with the valence vector. Our valence vector is equal to what? Molecular mass divided by equivalent mass. Molecular mass can be substituted with gram molar mass, and equivalent mass can be substituted with gram equivalent mass. Okay, so gram molar mass to gram equivalent mass ratio is equal to valence vector. Now can we substitute this term with valence vector? Now number of equivalents is equal to what? Number of moles into valence vector. Okay, so this is the relationship between number of equivalents and number of moles. Number of equivalents is equal to number of moles into valence factor. Law of chemical equivalence. As per this, one equivalent of an element always combines with one equivalent of other element. Okay, I repeat, one equivalent of element always combines with one equivalent of other element. Okay, for example, you take HCl. Okay, gram molar mass of hydrogen is 1 gram and gram molar mass of chlorine is equal to 35.5. So that is equal to 36.5 gram. Okay, so that is molar mass. Now here 1 gram of hydrogen means 1 equivalent and 35.5 gram of chlorine means 1 equivalent. So 1 equivalent of hydrogen is combining with 1 equivalent of chlorine. Okay, similarly, if you take water, okay, so 2 gram of hydrogen combined with 16 gram of oxygen. Okay, 2 gram is equal to 2 equivalents here. 1 gram is equal to 1 equivalent and 2 gram is equal to 2 equivalents of hydrogen, and 16 gram of oxygen means again 2 equivalents because 8 gram is equal to 1 equivalent of oxygen. So again 2 equivalents are there here. So now 2 equivalents of hydrogen combining with 2 equivalents of oxygen, or 1 equivalent is combining with 1 equivalent. So like this, in any compound, one equivalent of an element combines with one equivalent of other element. Okay. Equivalent mass of unknown element can be calculated by using law of chemical equivalence. Okay. For example, ferrous oxide is formed by the combination of 1 mole of iron and 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, what is molar mass of oxygen atoms? So that is equal to 16 gram. Okay, so 1 mole of iron is combining with 16 gram of oxygen, and we know equivalent mass of oxygen is 8, or gram equivalent mass is 8 gram. Okay, now how many equivalents of oxygen are there in 16 gram? 16 by 8. Mass by gram equivalent mass gives number of equivalents. So 2 equivalents of oxygen will be there. Okay, so as per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents of iron is equal to number of equivalents of oxygen. Okay, so number of equivalents of oxygen is equal to 2. So on the left hand side, so there is 1 mole of iron. So now 1 mole of iron is equal to 2 equivalents, right? So one equivalent is equal to half mole of iron. Okay, so half mole of iron means how many grams? Half mole of iron is equal to 56 gram. Okay, so that will be equal to 28 gram. Okay, so 1 equivalent of iron is equal to 28 gram, or 1 equivalent is equal to mass. Okay, that is equal to gram equivalent mass. Okay, so 1 equivalent is equal to 28 gram, or that is equal to gram equivalent mass. Okay, so what is equivalent mass now? Equivalent mass of iron is equal to 28. Okay, gram equivalent mass is 28 gram and equivalent mass of iron is equal to 28. Okay, so that is how equivalent mass of an unknown element can be calculated. Okay, so I'll give another example, that is ferric oxide. Okay, so take ferric oxide. Okay, it is formed by combination of 2 mole of iron with 3 mole of oxygen atoms. Okay, 3 mole of oxygen atoms, and 3 mole of oxygen means 3 into 16. Okay, so that is equal to 48 gram. Okay, 3 into 16, 48 gram. We know that equivalent mass of oxygen is 8, or 8 gram is equal to 1 equivalent. Okay, now 48 gram is equal to how many equivalents? 48 divided by 8. So that is equal to 6 equivalents. Okay. So number of equivalents of iron is equal to number of equivalents of oxygen as per law of chemical equivalence. Okay, so that is equal to 6 now. Okay, on the left hand side 2 mole of iron are there. Okay, so now 2 mole of iron is equal to 6 equivalents, or 1 equivalent is equal to what? 2 by 6 mole of iron, and it is equal to 2 by 6 into molar mass of iron is 56 gram. Okay, so that is gram molar mass of iron atoms. Okay, so that is equal to what? 1 by 3 into 56. Okay, so that will be equal to 18.6. Okay, so equivalent mass of iron in ferric oxide is 18.6. In ferrous oxide it is equal to 28 gram, and in ferric oxide it is equal to 18.6 grams. So what does it mean? Equivalent mass is not constant and it varies as per the compound formed by the element. Now let us consider a general oxide like MO. As per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents of oxygen is equal to number of equivalents of the element. Okay. So for number of equivalents of oxygen, you can write mass of oxygen by gram equivalent mass of oxygen. Okay. For number of equivalents of the element, you can write mass of the element divided by gram equivalent mass of the element. Okay. Now gram equivalent mass of element is equal to mass of the element divided by mass of oxygen into gram equivalent mass of oxygen. Okay, so gram equivalent mass of oxygen is 8. So mass of element by mass of oxygen into 8. Okay, so that gives gram equivalent mass of the element. Okay, or equivalent mass of the element is equal to mass by mass of oxygen into 8, right? So this is how equivalent weight of an element can be calculated by using the oxide. Okay, so if you consider a halide like MCl, okay, again as per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents of chlorine is equal to number of equivalents of the element. For number of equivalents of chlorine, we can write mass of chlorine by gram equivalent mass of chlorine, and here mass of element divided by gram equivalent mass of the element. Okay, now gram equivalent mass of element is equal to, okay, mass of the element divided by mass of chlorine into gram equivalent mass of chlorine, right? So gram equivalent mass of chlorine is equal to 35.5 grams. So mass of element by mass of chlorine into 35.5 gram will give gram equivalent mass of the element. Okay, or equivalent mass of an element from its chloride now can be calculated by dividing mass with mass of chlorine, okay, into 35.5, right? So this is equivalent mass of element from its chloride. So like this we can calculate equivalent mass of an element by using its oxide or chloride. Now as per law of chemical equivalence, one equivalent of hydrogen is equal to one equivalent of chlorine and one equivalent of oxygen. Okay, one equivalent of hydrogen means what? 1 gram, and 1 equivalent of chlorine means 35.5 grams and 8 gram. Okay, so from this you can modify the definition of equivalent weight now. Okay, so equivalent weight is the number of parts by mass of an element that combines with one part by mass of hydrogen. So, one equivalent is equal to 1 gram of hydrogen, and one equivalent of oxygen means 8 grams, and one equivalent of chlorine means 35.5 grams. Okay, so now you can modify the definition like this. The number of parts by mass of an element that combines with one part by mass of hydrogen, or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine, or 8 parts by mass of oxygen. Number of parts by mass of an element that combines with one part by mass of hydrogen, or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine, or 8 parts by mass of oxygen. Now consider a reaction like this. Here different moles of the reactants and products are involved, and number of moles is not equal, but number of equivalents will be equal only. As per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents will be same only. So shall I write number of equivalents of A is equal to number of equivalents of B? Similarly, number of equivalents of C is equal to number of equivalents of D. For number of equivalents, we can write mass by gram equivalent mass, right? So mass of A by gram equivalent mass of A is equal to mass of B divided by gram equivalent mass of B. Similarly, mass of C divided by gram equivalent mass of C is equal to mass of D divided by gram equivalent mass of D. Okay, so this is how you can calculate equivalent mass of an unknown element from the equivalent mass of a known element. Suppose if equivalent mass of this is known, equivalent mass of this can be calculated. Okay, here 1 mole of sodium carbonate reacting with 2 mole of HCl. Okay, for HCl, one equivalent is equal to what? Okay, for HCl, molar mass is 36.5 gram. 1 mole is equal to 36.5 gram, and equivalent mass is equal to what? Molar mass divided by basicity, right? So from earlier knowledge, equivalent mass of HCl is 36.5 gram. Okay, so that is also equal to molar mass. So 1 mole is equal to 1 equivalent for HCl. Okay, so 2 mole means we can write 2 equivalents. As per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents of sodium carbonate is equal to number of equivalents of HCl. Okay, so number of equivalents of sodium carbonate now is equal to 2, right? Okay, so 2 equivalents is the number of equivalents, and on the left hand side it is equal to 1 mole. Okay, so now 1 mole of sodium carbonate is equal to 2 equivalents. Molar mass of sodium carbonate is equal to 106 grams. Now 1 equivalent is what? 1 equivalent is equal to 106 divided by 2, or that is equal to 53 gram. Okay, so that is gram equivalent mass of sodium carbonate. It is equal to gram equivalent mass of sodium carbonate, or equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is equal to 53, right? So from this equation, equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is 53. Okay, so let us consider another scenario where only 1 mole of HCl is reacting with sodium carbonate. Now here 1 mole of sodium carbonate reacting with 1 mole of HCl. Okay, so 1 mole of HCl is equal to 1 equivalent, because basicity of HCl is 1. So 1 mole is equal to 1 equivalent, or gram molar mass is equal to gram equivalent mass. Okay, So 1 equivalent. Now as per law of chemical equivalence, number of equivalents of sodium carbonate is equal to number of equivalents of HCl. Okay, so that is equal to 1. Okay, so that is equal to 1 equivalent. Now 1 mole of sodium carbonate is equal to what? 1 mole of sodium carbonate is there this side, that is equal to 1 equivalent. Okay, so 1 mole means 106 gram. Okay, that is molar mass. Number of moles into molar mass in grams will give the amount of sodium carbonate. 106 grams is equal to 1 equivalent. Okay, 1 equivalent is the mass equal to mass containing gram equivalent mass. Okay, so 1 equivalent is equal to 106 grams, or gram equivalent mass of sodium carbonate now equal to 106 gram, or equivalent mass of sodium carbonate now equal to 106, right? So here in the first case, equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is equal to 53, and in the second case it is equal to 106, right? So is it constant? It is not a constant, and it varies for a compound depending upon the way it is involving in a chemical reaction. Whether 1 mole is involved or 2 moles are involved, based on that we have to calculate equivalent mass of the compound. Now we will understand the meaning of 1 equivalent in terms of electrochemistry. 1 equivalent is the amount of substance deposited by passing 1 Faraday of charge. The amount of substance deposited or liberated at an electrode by passing 1 Faraday of charge through the electrolyte during the electrolysis of the substance, right? Okay, now 1 Faraday means what? 1 Faraday is charge on 1 mole of electrons, approximately equal to 96,500 coulombs, and by passing 1 Faraday of charge, now 1 equivalent of substance is deposited. Okay, 1 Faraday deposits 1 equivalent of substance as per the definition. Okay, suppose if you take hydrogen, 1 hydrogen is discharged by 1 electron. 1 mole of electrons are required in the formation of 1 mole of hydrogen atoms. 1 mole of hydrogen atoms. Okay, so 1 mole of hydrogen atoms means what? Okay, so that is equal to 1 gram. That is also equal to 1 equivalent. So in the liberation of 1 equivalent of hydrogen, 1 Faraday of electric current is required. Okay, so equivalent amount of charge is required for the formation of 1 equivalent of any other substance. As per law of chemical equivalence, 1 equivalent of hydrogen combines with 1 equivalent of other substance, okay, other element. Okay, so if 1 Faraday of charge is required for the formation of 1 equivalent of hydrogen, equal amount of charge is required for the liberation of 1 equivalent of any other substance. Okay, for example, in the electrolysis of silver nitrate, okay, Ag plus is discharged at the cathode in the formation of silver. Okay, so here 1 ion is discharged by 1 electron, or 1 mole of silver ions are discharged by 1 mole of electrons. 1 mole of electrons means what? 1 mole of electrons is equal to 1 Faraday. Okay, charge of 1 mole of electrons is 1 Faraday. So 1 mole of electrons means 1 Faraday here. So 1 Faraday deposits 1 mole of silver. Okay, 1 mole of silver, and 1 Faraday is equal to what? 1 equivalent. Now 1 equivalent of silver means 1 mole of silver. Okay, by passing 1 Faraday of charge, 1 equivalent of silver or 1 mole of silver will be deposited. Okay, so 1 equivalent of silver now is equal to 1 mole silver, or that is equal to 108 grams, right? So that is nothing but gram molar mass of silver. Okay. Now let us consider the electrolysis of copper sulfate. Okay. When copper sulfate is electrolyzed, what happens? Copper is deposited in the cathode. Okay. Cu plus 2 ions will be discharged at the cathode to form copper. Okay. So Cu plus 2 ion is discharged by 2 electrons, right? Or 1 mole of cupric ions are discharged by 2 mole of electrons. 1 mole of electrons has 1 Faraday charge and 2 mole of electrons have 2 Faraday of charge. Okay. So we know 1 Faraday of charge deposits 1 equivalent. Okay. 1 Faraday of charge deposits 1 equivalent. Okay. So 2 Faraday now deposits 2 equivalents, right? So on the left hand side 1 mole of copper is there. Now 1 mole of copper is equal to 2 equivalents, or 1 equivalent is equal to half mole, right? 1 equivalent is equal to half mole. And what is the molar mass now? Molar mass of copper is 63.5. Okay. So that is equal to 31.75 gram, right? So by passing 1 Faraday of charge, 1 equivalent of copper is deposited, or half mole of copper is deposited, or 31.75 grams of copper will be deposited. So that is nothing but equivalent mass. So by using electrochemical aspects, you can calculate equivalent mass or number of equivalents deposited, okay, for a given amount of charge. In the beginning of my lecture, I asked you some questions. Let us see the answers. Is equivalent weight constant? Equivalent weight is not a constant for a given substance. It may vary as per the situation. Second question. Can number of moles be equal to number of equivalents for a given mass of a substance? Number of moles can be equal to number of equivalents in only one situation, that is when valence factor is 1. When valence factor is 1, number of equivalents is equal to number of moles for a given mass of a substance. Third question. Can equivalent weight be greater than molecular weight? Equivalent weight can be greater than molecular weight in certain situations. So equivalent weight varies as per the chemical reaction. So sometimes it can even be greater than molecular weight. These are the answers.